confidence. Just confidence, one level at a time. Okay? All right, so let's go out here and try this again. Just be aware of that right leg. And it's not about, remember, it is not about trying to push that skirt forward. It's feeling the horse and rotating my toe outward. Okay? Don't override that skirt.
Is it more on the right hand side?
Absolutely. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start our circle here. Don't forget, you can kind of flex up your reins a little bit. Get them a little shorter. There. So now you're going to do a circle to the inside. Circle to the inside. There you go. Turn your toe out more on your right leg. That's it. Much better. Now hold your belly. There. Now come across to me. Change your direction. Because see, another way to do that, to fix that, is to take it up a hole as well. Just rotate your right toe out and bring it back from the hip. There you go. Good, like that. Yep. Going around. Good. Now to the left. Now you're going to do the small little serpentines. Hold your belly when you're doing them. Okay, so your left leg would go back a little bit. Now your right leg would go back. Now your left leg would go back. See when his ears freak up like that? Don't forget to come back with those hands, Ollie.
Too much, huh?
No, not too much. It's okay. Just gonna have to watch her on that bracing on that. See?
Yeah.
See how close to the left leg is. Okay. So what I may do is this. All right, so come here for a second. I'm going to try one other thing.
No horsey. No horsey.
You gonna see Debbie this time, Skinner?
No, ma'am, she's away.
I know she's right. I know she's
Put
gonna.
it in there.
You make that higher or lower? Lower. A bit lower. Yeah.
I told you there's a way for me to get it fixed. All right, so now I want you to try this again.
All right, so what are we doing?
Okay, we're going to do the same kind of drills. Okay, and you're going to notice it's going to be excessively longer, but it's not going to allow you. Either one of two things are going to happen. It's going to cause you to push your foot way out, or it's going to cause you to relax that leg. If it causes you to push the foot way out, then we're going to shorten it. If it causes you to relax the leg, then we're going to leave it where it is. And you'll notice something from your horse almost immediately as well.
Shouldn't they both be the same length though?
A human's one leg is always longer than the other.
All right, you gonna give me direction here or what?
See how close it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we go. Going to the trot. And they're actually, they are even. She just doesn't think so. Okay, come back towards me. Nice little circle. Do a circle right here. We're laughing because we're tricking you mentally.
I'm tricking you?
We're tricking you.
Oh, you're tricking
Okay, now go to your right. There you go. All right, so we fixed that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know it.
Well, I do now.
Okay.
I just don't know.
Because here's what happened.
Better?
Much better. Because here's what would happen, Ollie. As much as you may think your stirrups were even before, they weren't.
What?
So now if you come straight on at us, okay, and now just roll, right there, they're even. Yeah, it feels weird. Why does it feel weird? Because you've been crutching yourself on the right for so long. So what happens is, and see both of your legs, if you look at this leg over here now, just relax your right leg, Ollie. It doesn't have, it can't not touch. Whereas before, when it was up a hole, it would automatically, every time you'd stop, you'd be here.
Is that right?
Small
Now
child.
it's not having- And this,
Small
what,
child.
does this one know?
Well, now, because he
Making
stepped
better-
underneath, now that one is short. Now, if you ask him to back up or move forward, either one, you'll feel it's going to rotate you a little bit. There.
Yeah.
But now here's what you're going to feel like. You're going to feel like, man, it's like you're reaching for the edge of the cliff, like that. Right now, with what we did with that stirrup,
Yeah.
because we're having you around your horse now, as opposed to being out here and catching yourself eventually. Now you're around him. You can't ride him and not touch him right now with where that stirrup is.
Okay. And you think I can touch him okay on the other side?
The other side, you're hugging him like he's your best friend.
I am. Not on the right side.
Now, we talked about that. Why is that?
Not on my hand.
Because you're right-handed. Left side, we automatically are going to try to, it's like we're scrambling. We're going to make sure because we're not as good with the left side. We're automatically going to, that's never a problem. The right side, you're going to overuse because you're dominant right.
Right. Well, I feel like everything I do, and I've said it's me, because I feel stiffer on the right-hand side no matter what I do with him to the right side.
Well, and part of that too is like I said, you're going to notice, and I think it's going to take you probably 2 days, 3 days. You're going to notice a huge difference
About,
with your riding and kind of the way you are, the way he is too. Because whenever if you go back and look at videos or anything else, it all kind of starts clicking and making sense. Whenever you start looking at, whenever there's a distance there, there's nothing there. There's no communication. So you're overriding the left and underriding the right. So what he'll do is if he goes to pop his head up or look at something, there's nothing there. And you're very light-handed also, which is great. That's awesome. I'm not looking to change that. Okay, I want you to hug. I want you to snuggle up. This is, I want you to, just as much as you have on the left, you have on the right. And a doctor told me one time, he said it's like, here's what happens whenever we're in our teenage years and growing up and doing things that require balance. There's a shelf in our brain, and so what happens is in that shelf there's a BB, okay, and that BB stays pretty perfect no matter what we do. Man, it's almost impossible to knock us off balance. But as we get older, that shelf kind of starts dipping one way or the other. Reason it does, because we start compensating for our inabilities, meaning we're left-handed or right-handed. So what happens is the BB rolls off the shelf. Now there's not truly a BB, but there is it's basically like the fluid in your brain,
right,
like the equilibrium, So what happens is that's where we start overcompensating. So then when we try to correct that, it's such a foreign object. Because we've been carrying ourselves like that. You could do it for 3 months and it'd feel like you're doing it for 30 years. It's the same way. Any type of major injury I ever had, every time, if it was on the left side or the right side, it didn't matter. Whenever I got up there, it always would take me 6 months, really 6 months, to where they were even on both sides again. Because I'd just be guarded. I'd be guarded on that side that was hurt. Broke my pelvis here in 3 places, broke my pelvis here in 3 places. So every time I was guarded, on that side. Fractured ribs, punctured lungs, so I was guarded. All those things, vertebrae in the neck, everything else, you get guarded. So the easiest way for you to get you past that is to take that away from you. Take your crutch away.
Okay.
Now, one of two things happen with people when you take that crutch away. Either they overcompensate and they're reaching for that stirrup all the time, and it'll throw you off balance. Okay? The other thing, and then the flip side of that, so that's what you do, you take the leg up shorter. Okay? Now, the disadvantage about when you take the leg up shorter to get someone's balance is that whenever they start going into the canter, now it pushes them up out of the saddle.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because you don't let your hip go like this.
Right.
You know, you're so pushing like this, like you're on guard. Subconsciously, you're pushing with those feet. You're pushing yourself out, and you're in the chair position as well. So whenever we do that, this is going to make you balance yourself.
Well, you know, it's funny you should say, because when we go out to the ranch and we ride, and I said this to Dave before, I know I ride much heavier on the right side because when we're at a lope and we're at a lope for a while, I use the left stirrup. So that tells me that I'm putting not enough.
Correct.
weight.
But see, and here's the thing is that if we had to say, remember this, if you're on number 3 hole on your left stirrup, your driver's side, you may be on number 4 hole on your right. The reason is because leather's porous. It stretches. Now so when we go to get in the saddle, we get it on the left side.
Right.
We push, we stretch the leather.
Right.
Now here's another thing you'll realize. Somebody could get on a mounting block every day, and have a pony that's 13 hands. And literally, you could step up to the mounting block, sit in the saddle, and have a foot in each stirrup and ride off and ride